What's going on, everyone? Jason here, and today I'm doing a base tour of my church along with the Film Fanatic POI renovation. Now, this is at the end of my Preacher 2.0 stream series, and a little bit more work has been done for the aesthetics and everything, and I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Adding some exterior lights, touch up on paint, things of that nature, along with additional stuff. So let's get right to it. I forgot to turn Zeds off, so if we do happen to get some more or idiots, we'll take care of them along the way. Of course, I did get over 23,000 kills in this series, so pretty happy about that. But looks pretty good at night for what it is. Of course, I love having garage doors over the entrances as a security measure. And if you don't know, I did all my Horde Nights inside this church this time. Not typically a big fan of it. It was kind of hectic in a few times, but for what it was, never died. So I think we did pretty damn good. Looks pretty good if you ask me. I love electricity. As a console player coming from Legacy, I'll never be able to have enough lights. But I can flip the switch on here, and of course that opens up the church. And we'll just go through the front. Make it official. So we come in here, we got some reading materials of all current events. We do have a unisex bathroom. And then the church itself, with a red and black theme with basically an ivory white accents. And that's leading back outside. We got the pit of death down there. And nothing too crazy. Of course, I had to keep replacing all the pews and everything after Horde Nights. But that was kind of the fun. And then, of course, the altar itself, which we'll check that out here in a second. Just head on over here. Shut that door. All our stuff to sell down the road, which almost 6 full stacks of cash. Not to mention all the miscellaneous stuff to sell. But we come up here. This is where we had our workshop in the church, housing all our ammo and then some, because I never crafted any of that, just so you guys know. I do have my own system. Since I play on console and I can't have mods, so I do allow myself to box all the loose ammo. Because if I didn't, all this ammo, like I said, I did not craft any of the boxed ammo. And speaking of Samara, but could you imagine how many boxes I would need if I didn't manually box it and give myself that quality of life improvement? Yeah, a little ridiculous. Ah, she busted my door. Alright. Samara! Yeah, she's at the front door. That's alright. We can deal with her real quick. Why not? It's not a day if I don't have to kill Samara. Oh, would you stop running around? There. I hate that. She is so damn annoying. Now, we don't have nothing. We have a couple candles. Kind of ridiculous. Of course, I do have AC units, and I did have 2 turrets up here on the roof, which 100% solved any vultures, which we really didn't have a whole lot of vultures this series. It's kind of weird. But we come up here, now you get a Little highlight over here. Of course, I love having skylights. But we come down here. Now we got our altar. Little place for our choir. Not too bad. Now, my only thing is I was originally going to put a spotlight over here for during Horde Night. That way I can illuminate it. And then I ended up never getting around to it for whatever unknown reason. But, you know, that's fine. I did change the color of the bars multiple times. But you just can't really see the damage coming out of them. So it's kind of like redundant. But I figured I would change that up. And then I didn't mean to keep these boxes here, but even more ammo. So it is what it is. We'll just keep it, you know, the way it is. But for what it is, I was pretty happy with it. And of course I threw candles and all that leading up to the bell tower, so thought it looked pretty good. Now that opened the doors. We're not going to do that. We'll just go old school as far as that goes. And of course I did add little crosses out here. Alright, let's get to the Film Fanatic POI, aka my home. Right up the road. Alright, you know what? You know, the Lord's work is just never done. And I'll always take donations for the church. Alright. Do this again. I actually really enjoyed this house. And I'm really sad about leaving it. Of course, I say that about almost every one of my builds. But a lot of work does go into it, you know? So from the outside, I added a gyrocopter pad. Or landing strip, I should say. We got our workstations. Oh, I got to turn that off. That shuts down the gate. That way I don't have to accidentally open the gate when I'm walking around, causing some major mishaps. Come over here, got a nice little front porch, even a little seating right there. Dew collectors, which is kind of funny because I went, what, 50 plus days and never used a dew collector? Never actually grew a farm. I finally got this up, but by the time I finally got the farm going, or even doing any of it, Syria was technically over. So many food bundles from tier 5, 6s. But we got our small little kitchen, but it's more than sufficient. Plenty of meat. Like I said, all this came from food boxes. Never needed anything. We come into here. Got a nice little kitchen. Front room. Turn that light on so you can see the ambient lighting. Absolutely love it. Come in here, we got the bedrooms. Oop. Which, for whatever reason, at least on console, I don't know if it happens on PC, but every now and then, one of the lights will start flickering or change color. Just kind of weird. Yeah. 7 days to die. Kind of to be expected. But we have a closet. Plenty of room for stuff. We got another little bathroom right here. Nothing too extreme. If I had a little bit more room, I would have loved to have put like a curtain or something. But we go to the second bedroom. Oh, I always want to hit that one. I don't know why. The house does have 3 bedrooms. The 2 down here on the first floor, and then mine is upstairs. But this one does have a walk-in closet as well. Not too shabby. Alright, head upstairs. We'll turn this on. Little place for pool. Seating area. Yeah, nice little chill spot. Might be a preacher, but I can certainly enjoy some luxuries. Master bathroom. Yeah, complete to come in here and take a shower and all that wonderful good stuff. Or take a bath and just chill. Pretty happy with the way it turned out. Of course, skylights is always a nice thing. Nice little touch anyway. And then my bedroom. Which now that it's getting 4 a.m., it's actually starting to get lighter. But I love the way lighting works at night. Especially when it's dark. Everything looks so nice and crisp and clean. Of course, my closet. I thought about adding a little bit of additional lighting over here just to brighten it up, but I wasn't really worried about it. And then we come out here, and I got a nice little sitting area out here. With a view of a puppy in the distance. Of course, if I throw a little bit of wood in there. On those really nice days, yeah, just sit out here, chill, morning coffee, whatnot. I don't trust him. I'm glad that it's snowing. Of course, I don't know how it is in your experience with this game, but at least with 2.4, turning off the storms actually lets me see snow again in the snow biome. Because it wasn't snowing like this when I had storms on. I wish they'd put a little bit more effort into the aesthetics and not stupid debuff crapping mechanics. I really don't care about that. At least I don't anyway. But now that it's actually getting light out. Let's go downstairs. Of course, the light in this hallway is linked with the external lights. But we come down here. Got the little moving room, which is exactly why I wanted this place. Not bad. But you got that light, and you also have a light over here for your snacks, make nachos, all that wonderful good stuff. And it doesn't interfere with if anyone's sitting over there, which is nice. Water heater, circuit breaker. Bathroom. Nothing too extreme. Come over here to the laundry room, where I have my vending machines. Pretty nice. Of course, we got our personal gym. And then one of the things I like to do, especially when it comes to my personal office, control center type thing, is I like using these scanners on the wall, like eye scanner protection. So I set the trigger plate to actually 2-second delay, which might be annoying to some people, but you know, gives it just that little bit of a flair. But I have my control panel. I can keep up with everyone in my organization. And of course, had to have some flair on paintings because anyone that sees looking at me while we're communicating, you know, it's got to look nice and professional. Then we have our personal office. With even more ammo. All my dukes, which is over 800,000 dukes. Which I could have made a lot more, but I stopped. Yeah, not bad. And I even like my little corner fireplace over here. That one's got the 2-second delay as well. And yeah, now daylight's here. Now you can see it from sunrise, which was a blue and cream combination on this round anyway. Yeah, I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. Unfortunately, when it comes to everything that I build, it's always at the end of a game when I'm finally done with my build, so it kind of goes to waste in a sense. But for what it is, I was pretty happy with it. So obviously, I am going to leave this here. If you did enjoy the tour, I do appreciate it if you hit the like button. If you want to stick around, see future builds, previous builds, I do have a playlist of previous tours, ranging all the way back to Legacy and every build since 1.0. They are in a playlist. If you want to stick around and see future builds and shenanigans and plenty of rants, I do encourage you to possibly hit the subscribe button. But other than that, I hope everything is good. Stay safe. And until next time, everyone, definitely take it easy.